Hello, Times Square. As you know, most yoga classes cost around $20. Since the class you are about to take is free, please consider making a donation to Community First, a local initiative where community navigators build relationships to help vulnerable people in Times Square get the resources and support they need. You can donate right now by going to tsq.org and make a difference in the world today through yoga. In 2015, the United Nations General Assembly declared June 21st the International Day of Yoga. Times Square is New York City's leading official public site for the International Day of Yoga, in part because of the Times Square Alliance's 21-year tradition of hosting this Solstice Yoga event here at the crossroads of the world. Later this morning, we will be joined by a dignitary from the Indian Consulate of New York to celebrate with us right here in Times Square. Welcome to the 21st annual Solstice in Times Square Mind Over Madness Yoga. This class, which you're about to take, is made possible by Peloton. Be sure to visit our sponsored tents in the Yoga Village on Broadway between 44th and 45th Streets right after this class for a showcase of snacks and other offers from our partners. This class is being streamed on Facebook Live and Twitter at Times Square NYC, so text your friends to watch and check your feed later today as well. And now, please welcome Times Square Alliance President Tom Harris, along with event co-founder Douglas Stewart.
Hey!
Good morning, Times Square. Thank you very much, Joe, and thanks to Peloton for sponsoring this. These are some of the nicest yoga mats I have ever seen in my life, so thank you, Peloton. This event started 21 years ago with 3 people practicing yoga in Times Square, and one of them is to my right, Douglas. So thank you very much, Douglas.
Wow.
Times Square has been regularly welcoming back over 300,000 people a day, and you are part of that 300,000 people today. The Times Square Alliance is the business improvement district that exists to make Times Square clean, safe, and desirable for all. We have many people to thank for the recovery of Times Square after the pandemic. One of them is Mayor Adams in the city of New York, who has really dedicated a lot of resources to Times Square. And what can't be overlooked, and I really need to thank them more, is the staff at the Times Square Alliance. Today is the longest day of the year, and if any of you have any doubts about that, just ask one of the Alliance staff members who have been here from 4 o'clock this morning and will be here till midnight. So please come, enjoy the yoga class, and come back to Times Square. Patronize one of our great businesses, see one of the phenomenal Broadway plays, stay in one of our hotels, and shop in our stores. Thank you very much. To you, Douglas.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Times Square Alliance. This is our 21st year, as Tom was just saying. It's so good to see you guys again. Over 21 years, those of you that have been around for that length of time. I feel like a grandfather. I feel like I've sent a kid to college, you know. But I really appreciate you coming every year, year after year. And I was just saying to Tom, too, it's amazing how you all have brought family and friends to celebrate the practice of yoga. And that's really inspiring. I want to say, if anything, is just to continue to practice, allow the practice to generate within you and within me and each one of us kindness. If there's anything I want to say to you today, and you probably already know it as yogis, kindness to each other, kindness to the planet. Let this practice today here in Times Square, yoga on the summer solstice, let it generate kindness and generosity and empathy for one another and the planet. Enjoy your practice, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste.
Here to lead your class today, after growing up as a dancer, rhythmic gymnast, surfer in Australia, yoga and meditation helped her find calm within the chaos of New York City life. Now she helps her students do the same thing with their Peloton classes online. Please give a warm welcome, Kirra Michel, presented by Peloton.
Wow, okay, I'm just slightly nervous. I am so happy to be here, and thank you, each and every single one of you, for coming to celebrate this event. This is everything to me. I also want to introduce, I have some of my favorite yogis on some of the other stages. I've got Krista McGee over this way. I have Nico Serrani. Nico is our German instructor, also teaches in English as well. And at the other side, I've got Mariana Fernandez, who is our Spanish-speaking instructor, also teaches in English as well. I also have to say thank you to all of my other Peloton instructors for being here. Thank you so much. And my friends and family. All right, let's do this. Okay, we're gonna come to a tall, comfortable seat. So I want you to find a position that feels good in your body. If that's cross-legged, Sukhasana, Siddhasana, go for it. If that is, thank you so much. If that is a different pose, So get yourself situated. And then when you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes. And if closing your eyes doesn't feel safe, you're welcome to softly gaze down. And I just want to start by checking in, by tuning in. And when I mentioned to friends, and when I mentioned it on Instagram that I was going to be teaching in Times Square, I got some interesting responses. How do you do yoga in Times Square? The busiest place, the most hectic place. How do you find that peace within when everything else is chaotic around you? We don't wait for life to get still. We don't wait for life to get easy. We come back to our practice over and over and over again, strengthening ourselves from the inside out. In a similar way, when we go to the gym, we lift weights. The weights don't get lighter, we get stronger. When we come back to our yoga practice or when we come back to our meditation cushion, we're getting stronger and stronger internally. So the chaos that goes on around us, the lights, the sounds, everything that goes on, it doesn't go away. We learn to handle things better. We learn how to tune in. So I want you to check in right now with how you're feeling. I want you to see if you can start to breathe a little bit deeper through your nose. And with each and every single exhale, can you soften a little bit more? Can you soften your shoulders? Can you soften your jaw? Can you soften your belly? And just arrive right here, right now, with whatever's showing up. And despite what's going on around us, we still find our centering. We don't wait for it to quiet. We find our center with whatever is showing up around. And we come back to our breath time and time again. This is our home base. This is our heart center. And as we're sitting here, I want you to feel into the presence of everyone else around us. Yoga is such a deeply internal practice, but it also has the ability to create a sangha, a community. So as we sit here in the middle of Times Square, one of the busiest areas of the world, feel into the community, and then also return back to your breath again and again and again. Go ahead and take a deep, full breath in through the nose. Pull the air all the way down into the belly, into the diaphragm. And then exhale through the nose, release. Softening and letting go. Good. Start to engage the Ujjayi breath, the restriction of the back throat on the in and exhale. 2 more just like this. Inhale through the nose, expand. Take up a little bit more space. Exhale as you soften, release. Soften your shoulders and your jaw. Good. 1 more just like this. Inhale. And exhale as you soften. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. So let's start to flutter the eyes open. We're going to reach the hands all the way out, around and up, through to the ceiling, through to the sky. Good. On the exhale, we'll cactus the arms. Find yourself in a little bit of a back bend. Open up through chest, open up. Inhale, reach the hands, the arms all the way back up through to the sky. And on the exhale, we'll twist to the right. Right hand reaches back, left hand reaches forward. On the inhale, I want you to grow a little taller through your spine. And on the exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up through center. See if you can grow a little longer through the side bodies, finding a little bit more length. And on your exhale, twist to the left. Left hand reaches back, right hand reaches forward. Good. Inhale, reach all the way back up through center, lengthen nice and tall. Go ahead and find your back bend again. Cactus your arms, lift up through chest, lift up through heart. So we're gonna do that same sequence again. Inhale, reach the hands all the way back up. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand reaches back, left hand reaches forward. Inhale, come all the way back up through center. Twist to the left. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up through center. And then hands draw down through prayer. Bring the hands all the way down to your heart center, bowing your head down, bowing down in a deep level of gratitude to this practice, bowing down to yourself for showing up. And maybe starting off with a little bit of an intention. And maybe that is about being present with whatever is going on around us. Again, life doesn't stop throwing us curveballs. Life doesn't stop giving us sensory overload. We get better at handling it with this practice. Go ahead and take a really deep, full breath in. And then slowly start to flutter the eyes open again. Let's go ahead and meet in all fours. So hands come underneath the shoulders, knees come underneath the hips. Start to move through your variations of cat-cow. So on the inhale, dip down through belly, pick up through chest and heart. And exhale, round. Good. Again, inhale, lift it up and open. And exhale, round. You're welcome to add in neck rolls, shoulder rolls, hip rolls. Make this yours. So this practice is yours, and I'm going to give you so many different modifications along the way. And it's not about what anyone else is doing. I need you to check in with you and figure out what is best for you today. And it's going to be different than it was yesterday, and it's going to be different than it is tomorrow. So arriving right here, right now, with whatever is showing up. Beautiful. All right, go ahead and come back to neutral spine, somewhere in between. We're going to reach the right arm all the way up and open. Twist as much as you can. Lengthen through your fingertips. And exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left armpit. Drop the right side of the head down. Good. Go ahead and press down through left hand. Open up through the right side. Again, twist and open. And exhale, thread. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, reach all the way up and open. Lengthen as much as you can. And exhale, thread. And this time we'll hold it here for a couple of breaths. Good. All right, on your next inhale, root down through the left hand, reach all the way up through the right arm, lengthen. And then we'll reach the right hand straight towards the front of your mat. You'll extend the left leg back behind and then lift the left heel up, roughly in alignment with your left butt cheek. Good, grow a little bit longer. See if you can lift up through the core. And then on the exhale, round through the spine, scoop up through the belly, elbow and knee meet. And then inhale, reach. Push through the right hand and the left foot. Two more times, exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Moving nice and slow to get started. One more time, round. And then inhale, reach. Go ahead and hold here for a moment. Good. Right hand comes down to the ground. Listen up, left ball of the foot presses heavy into the ground behind, nice and long. Right shin will swivel to the right so it becomes parallel to the front of the mat. We open up into a modified side plank. Left arm reaches up to the ceiling. That's it. Beautiful. See if you can drive down a little bit heavier through the right hand to lift up through the right shoulder and then reach a little longer through the left fingertips. 3 big circles of the left arm. Forward, down, around, and up for 3. Again, coming back to your breath for 2. And 1 more. So nice. Go ahead and release the hand down, swivel the right shin back to where it came from. Come back to all fours. Same thing on the left side. Left arm feels up and open to the ceiling. Good. Thread the left arm underneath the right armpit. Drop the left side of the head down to the ground. So we're going to move with the breath. On the inhale, open it all the way back up. Exhale, thread. Yeah, keep it nice and slow. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, up and open. And exhale, thread. Beautiful. Hold here. That's it. Good. Right hand drives heavy down. Left arm reaches all the way up and open. And then extend the left arm all the way out in front of you. Extend the right leg back behind. Lift the right heel up so it's as high as your right butt cheek. And then notice if you're sinking and collapsing through your belly. Can you lift up through your core like you're in a plank? Grow a little bit longer from right heel to left fingertips. And on your next exhale, round through the spine, scoop up through the belly, connect underneath, and then inhale, extend. Good. 2 more times, round and reach. Last time, round and reach. Good. Hold here. Left hand presses into the ground. Right ball of the foot presses down behind. Left shin swivels to the left. It becomes parallel to the top of the mat. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Now, modified side plank. We will be doing a couple of side planks in class today, so this is always an option if you need to come into a modified side plank. 3 big circles of the right arm, forward, down, around, and up for 3. Good, for 2. And last one. Good, right hand comes down. Bring yourself back to all fours. We're gonna go ahead and walk the hands 1 print further forward. We tuck the toes, start to slide the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Begin to pedal it out as soon as you get there. Press in heavy into the hands. Press in heavy into the balls of the feet. You're welcome to have a soft bend to your knees. That's it. See if you can grow a little longer by pressing down through the thumbs, through the index fingers and the finger pads. So nice. All right, listen up nice and slowly. We're going to lift the heels all the way up towards the sky. Start to ripple and roll yourself forward into a plank pose. Take your time to get there. And when you arrive, pull your chest and heart forward. We'll slide the knees down to the ground. We're going to release ourselves down to the ground as slow as possible. So I want you to resist gravity as you slowly, slowly come on down to the ground. So nice. Good. Hands will come to 10 and 2, oscillating cobra or gecko. Drive the fingertips into the ground. Start to straighten through the arms as you open up through chest and heart. Exhale, we release it all the way back down, taking your time. We're in no rush here. Drive down through the hands to lift up through chest and heart. And exhale, melt. Last time, drive down to lift all the way up. And we'll hold it at the top this time. See if you can glide your shoulder blades away from your ears. Get a little bit prouder, a little bit broader through chest, through heart. How we doing? Yeah. Release it all the way back down. Good. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Press yourself back into your child's pose. In your child's pose, walk your hands a little further forward, and can you return back to your breath? Time and time and time again. We can restart and reset as many times throughout the day, as many times throughout our practice, or as many times throughout our life as we need to. Walk your hands a little bit further forward again, so far forward that the forearms start to lift up off the ground. Tuck the toes and slide the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. That's it. Lifting your hips up and back a little bit further, growing a little bit longer through the spine. Okay. There's a little puppy in the front row. How cute. Good. Slowly start to cruising up towards the top of the mat. Forward fold is where we meet. Hold on to opposite elbows. Shake and sway it out. Good. Release the hands down. Inhale is our half lift. Lengthen through the spine. Pull your chest and heart forward. And exhale, we melt all the way back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale is our half lift. Press the chest, the heart forward. And exhale, we melt all the way back down. Nice. Nice and slowly start to roll up through the spine. Keep your knees bent as you lift yourself on up. And once we arrive, roll the shoulders up and back. Come into your Tadasana position, top of the mat, mountain pose. I want you to close your eyes again. If closing your eyes doesn't feel safe, just softly gaze down. I want you to feel the balls of the feet pressing into the ground. Feel the heels rooting down. I want you to lift up through your kneecaps, lift up through your thighs. See if you can open up through your chest and heart a little bit more, being really open and receptive. See if you can lift up a little bit higher through the crown of your head as you gently bow your chin down. Come back to that intention. Life is always going to be busy around us, and we can always find that peace within ourselves. And it connects with our breath. We forget about our breath, but our breath never forgets about us. So keep returning back to your breath, your home base, your heart center. All right, let's do this. Some sun cells. Flutter your eyes open. On the inhale, sweep your hands all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale is your half lift, open up through chest. Hands come down to the ground. Let's step it back for the first one. Right foot, left foot, plank pose. Good. Chaturanga, this can be on the balls of the feet or the knees. Inhale is your upward facing dog or low cobra, whatever your body is ready for. Exhale, downward facing dog. Slide the hips up and back. Couple of breaths here. Deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Good. All right. A little bend to the knees. I want you to gaze forward. You're welcome to step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale is your half lift. Exhale, we melt. Inhale, sweep the hands out around all the way up. Exhale, hands draw down through prayer and by the side. Same thing again. Let's do this. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale is your half lift. Hands come down to the ground. This time you're welcome to step or float back into chaturanga. If you're jumping back, jump back with bent elbows. Inhale is our upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Connect back in. Good. 2 more breaths. Last breath. All right, little bend to the knees, gaze forward. You're welcome to step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale is your half lift. Exhale, we melt. Sweep your hands all the way up through to the ceiling, to the sky. And exhale, hands draw down through prayer and by the side. Let's do the same thing again. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, Ardha. Hands come down to the ground, step or float, chaturanga. We're not in a rush. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. See if you can give me 10% more in this down dog. Drive down heavy through thumbs and index fingers. Lift your hips up and back a little bit higher. Good. Little bend to the knees. Gaze forward. Step or float, top of the mat. Inhale is our half lift. Exhale, we melt. Inhale, sweep the arms out around all the way up. Hands draw down through prayer and by the sides. All right, let's move into a little bit of a flow. On your inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale is our half. Hands come down to the ground. Again, step or float into your chaturanga. Inhale is upward facing dog. Exhale is downward facing dog. Good. Right leg is going to kick up and back, straight and strong. I want you to gaze towards the right toes. Make sure the toes, the knee, and the hip are all dialed down. Yeah, there we go. Go ahead and pull the right knee into the nose as you shift the weight forward. Try to connect the knee and the nose together, lifting up out of your shoulder blades. Kick the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. And then gently step the foot through in between the hands. Help it up if you need to. We slide the back knee down, we untuck the toes. Good. On the inhale, reach the hands all the way up to the ceiling. And exhale, we twist to the right. Right hand reaches back, left hand reaches forward. Obviously, I'm not used to teaching outside. There's no ceiling above. You know what I mean though, right? Good. On the inhale, grow a little taller, a little longer. On the exhale, twist a little bit deeper. That's it. Nice work. Good. On the inhale, reach both hands up to the sky. And on the exhale, melt your hands down, frame the front foot. All right, Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Go ahead and drag the hips back. Pull the right toes towards the face and pull your heart towards your toes. Good. I want you to think about hugging your hips towards the midline of the body as you pull the right heel towards your left knee. Good. Rebend through the front knee. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up off the ground. We'll step forward into a half lift. Open up through your chest. Exhale, melt, forward folds. That's it. And then sweep your hands out around all the way up. Exhale, hands draw down through prayer. And by the side, same thing on the opposite side, okay? Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge. Inhale as our half lift. Hands come down to the ground, step or float, chaturanga. You're always welcome to skip the chaturangas, the vinyasas, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Can you return back to that slow, smooth breath? Good. Left leg kicks up and back. Again, check the left toes, the left knee, the left hip are all dialed down. Pull the left knee to the nose as you shift the weight forward. See if you can lift up a little bit higher out of your shoulder blades. And then kick the left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Gently step the left foot through in between the hands. Help it up if you need to. Back knee slides down, we untuck the back toes. Inhale, we reach the arms up to the ceiling. Good. That's it. On the next exhale, we'll twist to the left. Left hand reaches back, right hand reaches forward. Good. On your inhale, find a little bit more length here. And on the exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Good. On the inhale, reach both hands up to the ceiling, up to the sky. And exhale, frame the front foot. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Drag your hips back, pull your heart towards your toes. And I want you to envision you could drive the left heel through the mat and then pull the left heel towards the right knee so we get an isometric stretch through. Oh, you're already in splits. Look at you. Rebend through the front knee, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up off the ground. Step forward into your half lifts. Exhale, melt. Reach the hands all the way up through to the sky. And exhale, hands draw down through prayer. By the side, here's the deal. We're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna speed it up a little bit. If you wanna keep it slow, you keep it slow, okay? So you make this work for you. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale as our half lift. Hands come down to the ground. Step or float into your chaturanga. Inhale as your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg kicks up and back. Right knee pulls into the nose. Shift the weight forward, connect. Kick it up and back, 3-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step the foot through. Slide the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, we twist over to the right. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Good. Rebend through the front knee, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step forward into your half lift. Exhale, melt. Reach the hands out around all the way up. Hands draw down through prayer. By the sides. Left side, inhale, all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale is your half lift. Hands come down to the ground. You're welcome to skip it. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg kicks up and back. Left knee pulls into the nose. Shift the weight forward, connect. Kick the left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Step the foot through in between the hands. Back knee slides down, untuck the back toes. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand reaches back, right hand reaches forward. So nice. Inhale, reach up through center. And exhale, melt your hands down. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Good. Rebend through the front knee. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step forward, half lift. Exhale, melt. Reach the hands out around all the way up. Hands draw down through prayer. and by the sides. Nice work. Chair pose. Let's do it. Good. Weight drags back in your heels. Get really light in your toes and see if you can wrap your ribs in a little bit so we're not in a back bend. Yeah. 3 breaths. Can you find some centered groundedness within a chaotic space, within a posture that tends to be a little bit challenging? Last breath here. Exhale as your forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale as your half lift. Hands come down. Again, you're welcome to skip it. Chaturanga if you're taking it, otherwise meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale is upward facing dog. And exhale is downward facing dog. Good. We're gonna ripple roll forward into a plank pose. Good. Root down through your hands to lift up through your shoulder blades. Right hand will plant. We come to a side plank. Left arm reaches up to the ceiling. That's it. Can you lift up out of your right shoulder? I love this. I'm seeing some modifications. This is beautiful. If you need to drop your right knee down, you definitely can. Good. Left hand swoops forward and all the way back down to the ground. 3-legged dog. Right leg kicks up and back. Step the right foot through in between the hands. Back knee taps down. We untuck the toes. Inhale, reach your hands up. We're going to start to add a little bit more on here. Exhale, we twist to the right. Right hand reaches back. Left hand reaches forward. Inhale, grow a little taller. On your exhale, we reach the left hand up to the sky. Right hand comes down, possibly to the back leg. And find a little bit of a back bend here. Yeah, so nice. Come back to your breath. You've got this. We'll hook the left arm to the outside edge of the right knee. Good. We're going to come to a prayer with the hands. So press your hands into one another to twist a little bit deeper here. Gaze past your right shoulder. With every exhale, can you get a little bit deeper in your twist? Good. You have the option to keep your back knee down. You also have the option to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up off the ground. If you'd like to open up your arms or come into a half or a full bind, you're welcome to. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Good. Let's go ahead and gaze forward. We're going to reach the hands up to the sky, straighten through your legs. I really want you to lift up out of your right knee, lift up out of your right thigh. Open up through your chest, open up through your heart. The next pose is called OMG or curtsy squat. So we're going to rebend through the front knee, slide the left knee behind the right, squeeze your legs together, stick your bum out behind, heart reaches forward. That's it. Yeah. If you want to make it harder, you're welcome to pick the left foot up off the ground. You also don't have to make it harder. You do what is working for you. Good. All right, I want you to choose a drishti, something in front of you that's not moving. We're going to slide into a tree pose, okay? So left foot pulls into the inseam of the right leg. Now your tree could be up nice and tall, right? You also got to have a little kickstand. The toes could be on the ground, anywhere on the right leg. I want you to press the right leg into the left foot into the right leg, and then think about growing and lifting a little bit taller, a little bit higher. If you want to challenge yourself, your hands reach up to the ceiling. If you want to challenge yourself, you gaze up to, whoa. Yeah, I'm not there right now. Good, that's it. 2 more breaths. And here's the deal, balancing can be super humbling, especially when there's a lot going on. So if you fell out of it or you're falling out of it, and that is okay, you're officially human. Get yourself back in and try again. Left knee pulls into the chest. Gently start to step the left foot onto the ground. We're going to switch legs. Right leg kicks back, warrior 3. Good. Again, can you wrap the ribs in like you're wearing a really tight corset? Can you grow a little longer through the crown of your head all the way to your right heel? A really slow transition into warrior 2. So start to bend the left leg, reach the right foot towards the ground, open up to the side, warrior 2. So nice. Good. Again, think about taking up a little bit more space. Reach through your fingertips, open up through chest, open up through heart. And then settle into this pose a little bit deeper. Okay, flying warrior, all 10 toes to the right side of your mat. Reach the hands all the way up towards the ceiling. Again, lift up out of your kneecaps, lift up out of your thighs. Extended side angle back to the top of the mat. Left forearm comes to the thigh, right arm swoops up and over. Gaze towards your right palm. So nice. See if you can wrap your left ribs underneath your right. It's similar to a side plank here. Nice. Right hand will come down to the ground. Pop up to the ball of the right foot. Left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Left hand swoops forward and all the way down to the ground. Step yourself back into plank. If you're taking your chaturanga, go for it. If you're skipping it, meet us in downward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Come back to your breath. Check back in with what's going on internally. Perhaps even think about saying something kind to yourself. Giving yourself the grace to be human, which means sometimes we mess up, sometimes we fall over. Sometimes we get a little bit lost and confused, but we recenter over and over and over again, and this practice helps us learn how to do that. That's it. One slow vertebra at a time. Ripple, roll forward into your plank pose. Left hand plants on the ground, side plank, right arm reaches up to the sky. Right hand swoops forward and all the way down to the ground. Left leg kicks up and back, three-legged dog. Step the left foot through in between the hands. Back knee slides down, untuck the back toes. Inhale, reach the hands, the arms all the way up to the ceiling. The sky, exhale, twist to the left, to the left. Left hand reaches back, right hand reaches forward, good. On your next exhale, left hand comes down, right arm reaches up, and maybe even back behind. Go for a little bit of a back bend twist. And then hook the right arm to the outside edge of the left knee. So your hands are in a prayer, or you could have the mitt and ball, and you're pressing the hands towards one another to create the traction for a deeper twist. Gaze past your left shoulder if that feels okay. You got it. All right, so your options. You can keep the back knee on the ground. Option 2, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up off the ground. More options, you can keep your hands where they are. You can open up, go for a half or a full bind. Remember, this is your practice. You're not competing against anyone else. So check in with yourself rather than trying to do something to impress someone else. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. We're here for 1. Go ahead and lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the legs. We're facing the front of the mat. Good. Lift up through the kneecap, lift up through the thighs, so we give the left leg a little bit of a break here before we get back into it. So the next pose, curtsy squat, rebend through the front knee, slide the right knee behind, the left. Squeeze the legs together, bend the knees. Good. Get a little prouder through chest, get a little prouder through heart. If you want to drop down a little bit deeper, it will make it a little more challenging. Choose your drishti, your gazing spot. Tree pose, slide the right foot to the inseam of the left leg. Again, it can be anywhere. Could be up nice and high. You can have a little kickstand with the ball of the foot on the ground. Hands can come to prayer or reach them up towards the sky. If you're feeling super confident, gaze up. Come back to that slow, steady breath. If you fell out of it, that's okay. Readjust, start again. Good, right knee pulls into the chest. Go ahead and gently step the right foot down. We switch legs. Left leg kicks back, warrior 3. Left leg kicks back. Similar to our 3-legged dog, check that the left toes, left knee, left hip are all dialed down. Pull in through the ribs. Good, warrior 2, take your time to get there. Slow the transition down, use your muscles. Open it up to the side. Beautiful, back heel is dropped down to the ground. Yeah, there we go. Reach a little longer through the fingertips. Good, flying warrior, reach all the way up, all 10 toes to the left. Exhale, extended side angle to the front of the mat. Forearm comes down to the thigh, left arm reaches up and over. If you have a deeper practice and you want to get deeper here, that's okay too. Again, can you kind of feel how this is similar to your side plank? Can you wrap the right ribs underneath the left, open up to the left side a little bit more? And then left hand comes down to the ground. Come to the ball, the left foot, right arm reaches up to the ceiling. And then right hand comes down. Go ahead and step it back. Vinyasa if you're taking it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, little bend to the knees. Gaze forward, step or float, top of the mat. Inhale's our half lift. Exhale, we melt, forward folds. Chair pose, sit it down low, reach up high. So as you're in chair pose, I'm going to explain. We're going to do the same thing over again. We're going to speed it up a little bit. You can stay slow, you can move fast. All right, you have neighbors around you, but again, you're not competing against your neighbors. So do what you need to do here. 2 more breaths. All right, forward fold, hinge. Inhale as your half, open it up. Hands come down to the ground, step or float, chaturanga. Slow down your chaturanga, work on your strength. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, ripple, roll forward into your plank pose. Right hand roots down, left arm reaches up, side plank. If you want to play around and make this a little more fancy, you can. Right hand down, left arm up. You can come into a tree side plank, you can, whatever you want to do. Good, left hand sweeps forward and all the way down to the ground. 3-legged dog, right leg up and back. Step the foot through in between the hands. Slide the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, we twist to the right. Right hand reaches back, left hand reaches forward. Find your back bend. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches up and back. Hook the left arm to the outside edge of the right knee. Find the connection with your hands and get a little bit deeper in your twist here. Go ahead and tuck the back toes, slide the back knee up off the ground. If you'd like to open it up here, half full bind, take it. If you want to keep your knee on the ground, you can. Good, go ahead and gaze forward. Go ahead and lengthen through the legs. Reach the arms up to the sky. And then rebend through the front knee, curtsy squat. Slide the left knee behind the right. Sit it down low, pull your heart forward. Tree pose. Slide the left foot to the inseam of the right leg. Maybe you try something a little more challenging this time. Maybe you do reach the hands up. Maybe you do gaze up, and maybe you fall. And again, that is okay. That's a part of life. This is where we learn. This is where we readjust and try again. Left knee pulls into the chest. Listen up. Extend the left leg out. Woo. Hold, lift it up higher, higher, higher. We release down for 3, for 2. We switch legs. Right leg kicks back. Warrior 3. Hands behind is going to be easier. 1 or 2 hands out in front is going to be harder. Slow step back, warrior 2. Take your time to get there. Once you arrive in your warrior 2, come into your flying warrior. 10 toes to the side. Reach the hands, the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, extended side angle. If you want to come down deeper this time, you're welcome to. You also don't have to. Right hand comes down to the ground. Pop up to the ball of the back foot. Left arm peels open to the sky. Left arm open. You got it. Good. This time, release the hand down to the ground. Slide the back knee down. Untuck the toes. Ardha Hanumanasana again, half splits. Stick your bum out. Pull your heart forward. So we really want to start to open up through the hamstrings here. Good. We rebend through the front knee. We tuck the back toes. We lift the back knee up off the ground. Standing split. Okay, so root down through the left foot. Right leg reaches up. Hands can be on the ground. If you want to challenge yourself, left hand is holding onto your left ankle. If you want to challenge yourself more, both hands are holding onto the left ankle. We're here for 3. For 2. Good. Step the right foot down next to the left. Inhale's our half lift. Exhale, we melt. Chair pose. There we go. Yeah? Just one more side, that's all. We got this. Can you connect back in, right? Notice how you're feeling. If you're annoyed with me, if you're getting exhausted, if there's too much going on, reconnect back in. It doesn't matter what's happening. Come back home to your heart center. Deep breath. Exhale, forward fold, hinge. Inhale as your half. Hands come down to the ground, step or float, chaturanga if you're taking it. Skip it if you want to. Downward facing dog is where we finally meet. That's it. Good. Ripple, roll forward into your plank pose, one slow vertebra at a time. This time the left hand plants, right arm reaches up to the sky. Side plank, your variation. If you want to modify it, drop a knee down. If you want to be in a side tree, if you want to lift the foot all the way up to the sky, you can. Left hand reaches forward and all the way down. Three-legged dog, left leg kicks up and back. Good. Gently step the left foot through in between the hands. Slide the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, we reach up towards the sky. And exhale, we twist to the left. Left hand reaches back, right hand reaches forward. Deep breath in here, grow longer through the spine. And on the exhale, find your back bend. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up. Take your hook the right arm to the outside edge of the left knee. Find the pressure of your hands pressing against one another to get a little bit of a deeper twist. Option to keep the knee on the ground, option to lift the knee off the ground. Option to open the arms, go for a half or a full bind. And meet yourself where you are. Where you are right now is perfect. Work with where you are. So nice, Christina. Good, go ahead and straighten through the legs, straighten through the arms. Hips are facing forward. That's it. Really lift up out of the left kneecap. Curtsy squat, right knee slides behind the left. Squeeze the legs together, stick the bum out behind, heart pulls forward. Get proud through your chest. Tree pose, choose your drishti, your gazing spot. Slide the right foot to the inseam of the left leg. Squish the leg into the foot into the leg, lift up higher. Maybe reach your hands up. Maybe try something new, maybe fall over. That is okay. You're human. Let it happen. Good. Right knee pulls into the chest. All right, ready? Core, glutes. Extend your right leg out in front. Lift it up higher, 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 higher. I know, higher. Slowly start to release the foot down for 4, for 3, for 2. Switch legs. Left leg kicks back, warrior 3. Hands behind will be easier-ish. Hands in front will be harder, much harder. Good. So beautiful. Slow motion, warrior 2. Take your time to get there. Open up to the side. Settle here. Good. Flying warrior. Reach all the way up towards the sky. 10 toes to the left. Good. Extended side angle, top of the mat. Good. Left hand comes down to the ground. Pop up to the ball of the left foot. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Twist to the opposite direction. Right hand sweeps all the way down to the ground. Slide the back knee down to the ground. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits again. Root down through the right heel. Pull your heart towards your toes. Rebend through the front knee, standing splits. Let your head be heavy here. Hands can stay on the ground. You can hold onto the ankle with 1 or 2 hands. So nice. Slowly start to step the foot down. Inhale as our half lift. Exhale, we melt. Chair pose, sit it down low, reach up high. Return back to center. Stay low in the legs, but return back to your breath. Last breath here. Good. Straighten through the legs, hands draw down through prayer, and then release down. Okay, we're going to play around with a little bit of balancing. Keep in mind, balancing is humbling. You do not have to be perfect here. Go ahead and root down through the left foot. The right knee will pull into the chest. Yeah. I want you to lift up as tall as you can. Crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. You have a few options here. Left hand holds onto the left hip. So option 1 is to continue to hold onto the outside edge of the right knee with the right hand. This is great. If you're feeling open and ready in your hamstrings, your peace fingers are around your right big toe. The key here is to keep your spine long. You're welcome to extend the right leg out in front. You also do not have to. Drishti, gaze at something in front of you, something that is not moving. So it is not someone around you. It is not lights around us. We find our pratyahara, our withdrawal of senses, in the most sensory overloaded place we can be in, and we find our center. And if we fall, that's okay, we get back up. Now, being careful of your neighbor, slowly start to bring the right foot or the right knee out to the right side. Again, you might be holding to your knee and that works. Stay open and proud through your chest. Maybe the left hand reaches to the left. If you're feeling good and confident, you gaze to the left. Good. Pull the right knee all the way back through center. Listen up. Left hand holds to the outside edge of the right knee or the outside edge of the right foot. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. You have this, Simone. Why am I only seeing you now? Reach the right hand back behind if you're taking it. Good. Reach both hands up to the sky. And then slowly lower the right leg down. I know, it got a little harder, didn't it? The good news is we only have 2 sides, and one of them is done. And then we start to chill. Oh wait, are we getting claps for it almost being done? Very soul. You're lucky, I love you. Root down through the right foot. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. Left knee pulls into the chest. Right hand comes to the right hip. Left hand outside edge of the left knee. Find the length through your spine. If this is enough, you stay here. If you want more, peace fingers, yogic toe lock around your left big toe. Maybe you extend the leg out, you do not have to. Find your breath, find that center within the chaos. When you're ready, extend the left leg out to the left. You're holding onto your knee or to your big toe. Maybe right hand reaches to the right, maybe we gaze to the right, maybe none of that happens. Good, come all the way back through center. We have this last twist, right hand outside edge of the left knee or outside edge of the left foot. Left arm reaches back, maybe you gaze back. We're here for 3. For 2. For 1, face the front of the mat, left hand reaches up, maybe the right hand reaches up. Slowly start to lower the foot down for 3, for 2, for 1. Give it a shake. Nice work. Okay. Let's wind this baby down. From the top of your mat, reach the hands all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge. Inhale as your half lift. Hands press heavy to the ground. Step it back, downward facing dog. Pigeon pose, right knee slides behind the right wrist. Extend the left leg out nice and long behind. And then when you're ready, release your chest down towards the ground. Here's the deal, if this doesn't feel good in your body, you're coming to lay down on your back. You're finding a figure 4 pose on your back. It's the same thing, we just don't have the extra pressure of our weight pressing on our joints. That's it. So when I first got to New York 10 years ago, I hated yoga and I hated meditation. I come from a yoga and meditation, like the capital of yoga and meditation in Australia. I wanted nothing to do with this at all. It wasn't until I got to New York and the chaos of New York and the electric energy and the hustle of this city sucker punched me. And I had to find something that grounded me. I had to find something that would center me. Go ahead and slowly start to walk yourself all the way back on up. I want you to come to sit on your right butt cheek. You'll sweep your left leg all the way around. Left foot comes to the outside edge of the right knee. If you need to keep your right leg extended, please do so. Inhale, right hand reaches up. And exhale, hook the right arm to the outside edge of the left knee. On the inhale, we sit tall. On the exhale, we twist a little deeper. Good, come back through center. Extend the right leg out, extend the left leg out. I want you to find a tall spine. And then start to hinge from the hips, so pull your heart towards your toes. I don't care if you can touch your toes, it doesn't mean anything to me. I just want you to reach your heart forward, lengthen, and then tuck your chin into your chest. So it wasn't the small yogic beach town that got my attention with yoga. It was the hustle and bustle of New York City. It was the place that I needed the foundation and the grounding the most that drove me to yoga. It was places like Times Square that made me want to practice yoga. So many people get deterred by yoga in Times Square, and for me, this is my place where I need it the most. So come back to your practice over and over and over again. Go ahead and bring yourself all the way back on up. Go cross your shins. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Left side, left knee pulls behind the left wrist. Find your pigeon. Or come to lay on your back, figure four. That's it, you got it? And when you're ready, soften, surrender, release down to the ground. So if it feels safe, close your eyes. And I just want you to hear. I want you to hear everything. The bustle, the buses, the car horns, the people. And then refocus your attention back to your heart center, back to your breath. Just this inhale through the nose. Just this exhale. Just this inhale. Just this exhale. Go ahead and slowly start to walk yourself all the way back on up. Come to sit on your left butt cheek this time. Swoop your right foot all the way around to the outside edge of the left knee. You can keep the left knee bent. You can extend the left leg out in front. Inhale, left arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, hook to the right and twist. Good, come back through center. This time, step both soles of the feet onto the ground. I'd like you to reach your hands forward. One more fun time of resisting gravity. So slowly start to tuck the tailbone, release yourself down one slow vertebra at a time. You'll find that area where you want to collapse. I want you to try to resist that and hold. And then slowly release all the way down. That's it, nice work. Walk your feet in nice and close towards your bum. Ideally, you can feel your heels with your fingertips. All 10 toes are reaching straight forward. Root down through feet, root down through shoulders, glide your hips up towards the sky. You're welcome to hold onto the edge of the mat and try to rip the mat in half. Or you can walk your arms underneath your shoulders, interlace your hands, and drive down to lift up. We root to rise. We have that foundation so we can rise. 3 breaths. And then see if you can press your heels heavier into the ground, and then envision you could drag your heels towards your shoulders. Good, last breath. Slowly start to release all the way back down. Okay, we have one more back bend and you have a few choices. Bridge is what we just did, okay? That works. If you want to come into Urdhva Dandasana, full wheel, you're also welcome to do that. So I'm going to cue Urdhva Dandasana, and then you can do what makes the most sense for you. If you're coming up to full wheel, frame your ears with your hands, fingers face the toes. Root down through feet, root down through hands, and start to glide your hips up towards the sky. You do not have to do this. Nice. Root down through your big toe mounds. Nice. We're here for 3. Beautiful. For 2, we have a shoulder stand over there. I love that. Yes, beautiful. Slowly tuck your chin into your chest. Release yourself down. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Step your feet out as wide as the mat. Let the knees tap right at the center. Left hand heart, right hand belly. Constructive rest. Good. Again, close your eyes and just listen to the sounds. Not frustrated, not annoyed by them. We're just in transition. We're in movement with them. And then we return back to our breath, just this breath. Just this exhale. Good. Tee your arms out. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Drop the knees to the left and then to the right. If it feels good to hold the knees in one way, you can. Good. And then pull the knees into your chest. Give yourself a really big hug, a really big wrap in. I want you to meet yourself right here, right now with compassion, with empathy, with forgiveness, and with acceptance. Meeting the whole self, the totality of who you are, the shadow self, the things you love about yourself, and everything in between. Giving yourself enough grace to be human, which is to make mistakes from time to time. When you're ready, extend the legs all the way out, coming into your Shavasana, palms facing up, a couple of feet away from the body. Releasing and letting everything go. Just this breath. And it doesn't matter how busy life gets around us, we always have access to this, to returning back to our breath, returning back to our heart center, returning back to your peace that resides within. I'd like you to slowly start to wiggle through your fingertips, wiggle through the toes. Feel the electricity, feel the energy that runs through your body. Start to reach the arms up and over, just being careful of your neighbor behind you. Grow a little longer here. And then pull the knees into your chest, wrap yourself all the way back up and in. I want you to again meet yourself with grace, with compassion, with acceptance, with forgiveness, with gratitude. Gently roll over to the right side, fetal position. And slowly start to bring yourself up to a tall, comfortable seat. Hands will come to prayer, Anjali Mudra. Center of your chest bowing down. Again, bowing down in this deep level of gratitude to this practice, this ancient practice that has been around for thousands of years. And the philosophy behind yoga still holds true today. And we don't have to be in the middle of the Himalayas with no sound around us. We don't have to be ancient yogis to be practicing this. This is the place to practice. Again, the weights don't get lighter, we get stronger. Life doesn't necessarily stop throwing these curveballs at us. We get better equipped to deal with them. And this practice is a path to understanding ourselves better so we can handle life with more ease. So thank you so much for practicing with me. Thank you so much for coming out today to Times Square. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to Mariana on one of the stages. Thank you so much to Nico and Kristen on the other stages. And thank you all of you for showing up. Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Times Square, give it up one more time for Kirra Michel. With Peloton, you can flow anytime, anywhere, even in the middle of Times Square. Download the Peloton app to discover a wide range of classes from prenatal to power for better sleep or boosting moods. Reach your goals and stay grounded with Peloton. And spread the good karma by making a donation to Community First, where community navigators help vulnerable people in Times Square get the resources and support they need. You can donate right now by going to tsq.org and make a difference in the world today. Join the conversation using hashtag SolsticeTSQ and tag at Times Square NYC. The Times Square Alliance hopes to see everyone next year for the 22nd annual Solstice in Times Square Mind Over Madness Yoga.
Let's come to you. I'll stand on your mat too with my socks on.
All good.
So,
Thanks for coming, lovely.
and I'll set you free so that you can greet your fans
All
too,
good.
because so it won't be too long. Kirra, thank you so much for an amazing class. I was watching on the sidelines and you looked like you were just having a great time organizing it all, organizing the class and all, and guiding your participants. How did it feel?
Well, first of all, thank you. This is a phenomenal event. This is everything I ever dreamed to do. It was beautiful. It's so nice to be in front of hundreds of people who want to practice yoga, who want to breathe, who want to move their bodies, who want to understand that you
absolutely can find peace within the chaos.
We were remarking at the very end of at the middle of your practice and how concentrated everybody is, and you would think that all of these distractions would be the opposite for people, but you had them so concentrated with the poses that you chose. What was it like, or how did you build the practice? What was that like?
Well, it's interesting because it has to be an open level practice. You don't
Yeah.
know if you're going to have people who've never done yoga before. And then I also know that some of my friends who have such gorgeous asana practices are going to be here. So just finding things in which I know people need, right? Like hip openers, heart openers, giving lots of modifications, and just trying to make it as accessible for everyone as possible. And then continuously guiding people back to their breath over and over and over again. Because again, it doesn't matter what's going on around us. Life will always come at us.
Yeah.
But returning back to breath is
Yeah.
everything.
That is amazing. That your intention followed through into the practice. How long have you been practicing yoga?
8 years.
Oh wow.
now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I come from a dance and a gymnastics background, so movement makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But this practice is just, I love slowing it down. I love being mindful with my movement and
Yes.
intentional. So yeah.
Yeah, it was evident in the way that it was constructed and
Thank
all of
you,
that.
thank
So
you.
beautiful. What was it? Was it distracting for you in any way? Did you find a part where you were sort of outside the experience?
You know what? No.
Uh-huh.
I found meditation and yoga when I came to New York. So I'm used to meditating yesterday I was meditating in the morning and there was a car horn that went off 4 times during my meditation. And it was perfect because it's like, this is going to happen. We've got construction sites over here and they're banging away.
Yeah.
We have horns over here and it's going off, and it doesn't matter what's going. It's the best training for the mind that you can have. So whenever I started to feel like, oh, won't they stop? It's like, no, this is life. How do we work with it rather than fight against it?
Yes, I felt that. I had an interview on the side over there, and I was like, let's move the interview farther over that way because I don't want to disturb her class. I didn't want to just be so intrusive. But you are right that when you meditate, it gives you, it trains your mind to concentrate, so no matter whatever's going on around, you're able to just focus through. So
Exactly, and I feel like if you can meditate here, if you can do yoga here, you can do it anywhere. When you do go, I went to Joshua Tree and meditated out there, and it was dead silent, and it was such a heavy weight of silence, and it was gorgeous, and it was beautiful, and it was so easy to drop in.
yeah,
But it's okay because this is life here, so
Yeah.
we learn how to drop in within the chaos, and you can't ask them to stop. You can't get the car home to stop, but you still have
Yeah.
to learn how to center yourself.
amazing. Yes, wonderful. And thank the Peloton for these wonderful mats.
These mats are amazing.
They are great.
They're good mats, so
Wow.
I'm happy with it.
Thanks so much for participating this year.
Thank you
in
so much
a
for having
wonderful
me.
class.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kirra.